Summertime, the joys of motoring, cruising along, sun's beaming, enjoying your motor. Of course, windows down, enjoying the breeze and the noise of your motor going. Windows, yeah. So, yeah. Not looking good. When Charlie picked it up, yeah. The switch wasn't too up for doing anything. So this has led on to a bit of delving. And this is no way going to be a 5-minute job. Undid the 3 screws holding the metal bit to the plastic bit. Shaft was solid, wouldn't turn. Needs white grease along there. Right there. Clean the contacts up, the springy bits. Clean them up. Clean around there. Needs gasket paste around there to stop the water getting in again. Job done. Nice. So it seemed like the lack of window working was down to a seized motor and a gritty gearbox. But installing it, well, he was a bit lazy. Went down just about and halfway up. Better. So with the motor being unobtainable, joy, all that's left to do is look at friction. So we just got to overcome it, get it working as best as we can. So out comes the entire scissor mechanism. Strip down, lube up, white grease everywhere. Just get rid of that friction. Help it out as much as you can. Next.
Yep. Can you?
If you give me a boost. that says it twisted slightly. Now the other day when we was doing this window, it was just too dark and too cold to show you what was going on. So we were struggling with the motor conking out halfway. So this time when we was putting the mechanism back in, having cleaned it up, we were just manually lifting the window up and down, and we did find it got sticky halfway, and that was without the motor in. What we did find was this bar just here, which has the metal guide, this metal guide which bolts the window. So on that one it's like that, and it's sliding up and down that track, stopping the window tilt that way, I suppose. And we found through all the bolt fixings for the scissor mechanism inside the door that they did next to nothing. But the bolts top of the track, oh, there you can see the bracket just there holding the window, and down there they have an Allen key on the inside, if it will focus on it, so you can tilt the mechanism that way and that way. Through fiddling with the top one, we got that window sliding lovely. Just a bit of a big gutting that the motor seemed to fail. We had it bench tested, it was working, but so that's why there's a block of wood in there at the minute. We're gonna have to source another motor maybe. Window regulator out again, my turn this time, and it's swapsies. Hopefully that gearbox is working nicely. Hopefully I've got an armature somewhere, and that case should fit on there. Brushes are okay in there. I'll give it a go. Oh. And to get these bolts out, where are you? Get these bolts out. Torx bits. This magic little tool that Charlie got. It's a T-bar ratchet. Amazing. So you can fit it in there, undo the bolts somehow, without having to take the whole window mechanism out. Nice. Well, it's slow going up, but it does make it.
It's like quieter than this side.
Yeah, they felt the same, but...
Yeah, there we are.
Let's recap. Your windows work, don't they?
Yes.
Just, but they didn't work, and it's just cost us quite a lot of time. That's all.
Yeah.
So Charlie worked out that specific to the X90, you have this stop. There's white bits on the window, black bits on the car. If you go in and adjust there, you can actually let the window sit that little bit taller, so when you close the door, the window sits a bit higher to that sill, which you can see ours is not sitting quite right, but it's how you do it. Long and slim, slips right in. Drainage holes, time to give them a good poking. And a little bit of damp inside the car, so while we're at it, let's make sure they're all clear.
scrap car.
That's part of more drainage checking. We've just noticed on the roof panel, there's a tiny little hole running right the way down there. But we have, there you go, made it. Nice and clear. Anything to stop leaks. Lights!